Purusha, that infinite one, has a personal relationship to each and every one of you. You have a personal relationship to this cosmic progenitor of your existence, as well as the relationship that that one has as the foundational existence in which the play of creation is playing out. But the question arises how to access that connection, that essence of your being, how to form a relationship, an understanding with that cosmic divinity that is your own self, the self of yourself. Within you lies the avenue to that connectedness, that understanding. When the mind faces outward, engaged with activities and experiences of the senses, it is distracted by those external activities, and the screen of the mind becomes covered with those thoughts, feelings, and activities related to outer circumstances from your own inner self. And that is called daily life, isn't it? Daily life. So daily life engages you, engages your mind, your passions, and your aware consciousness. Your feelings are elicited in reaction to daily experiences, experiences you have with other people, experiences you have of different situations in your life. And those situations pile up, your reactions to them pile up and form your reactions of mind, your sanskaras, which cause you to have emotional reactions and mental reactions, and to be drawn to some situations and repulsed by others. Have you ever met a person that you just could not like, could not tolerate? Such people, naturally, you have some reaction to. Why? Because they remind you of someone, or perhaps in a past life, even you have had some adverse reaction with them. And you find that for some reason, you just cannot tolerate this particular individual. And there are other individuals that you are very drawn to. You feel as if you have known them forever. And you feel connected. And then there are those you feel neutral towards. There are situations in life, interests, circumstance that you are drawn to, and those that you are offended by, that you don't want to be near. Why do you have these preferences of one or the other? It is due to past experience in this life and in other lives. That those reactions to past experiences, those sanskaras, have created your predispositions. And much of life is played out in reaction to past experience. And so your attention gets drawn into all of this complexity of your life and your reactions to your circumstance, to other people, to your work, to your hobbies, to your loved ones. You have reactions, and this engages your attention, doesn't it? But this attention, this aware attention, you can move it around. When there are strong feelings that you're having, feelings of loss or grief, or feelings of great joy and happiness, those grab your attention. Feelings are very dominant. If you are afraid, that will grab your attention. Your awareness of mind focuses on that feeling or on the external circumstances. And then there is memory and the conscious awareness. Your attention focuses on memories, thoughts and feelings. But it is possible to quiet all of this external noise, bring the mind to peace. And in that quietness, in that silence, begin to see that which is always there, but is hidden from your awareness, from your mind, from your thoughts, from your feelings, by all of the noise in the external life and in your own mind. When you quiet the noise through whatever technique you use, then what is there is that simple knowingness, awareness, attention without focus. The attentive, aware consciousness begins to be aware of itself. And in that self-awareness, the deeper realms of your existence begin to open up. You may feel bliss, a feeling of love. As you focus on the nature of aware consciousness, this love arises. For aware consciousness is not just a thought in the mind, not simply just an idea, a mental experience. It is an experience of totality. It engages the heart, the feelings, the mind, body feelings begin to be aware of the nature of awareness, the nature of this attentive consciousness that you call you. And your identity begins to shift from the external to self-awareness. And as you deepen in this self-awareness, in the quietude where the noise in the mind is kind of a background music, or perhaps altogether still, this awareness comes to its own nature. And when the own nature is experienced, the first form that comes is bliss, unconditional love. This bliss is the nature of aware consciousness, its primal manifestation. And as you melt into this bliss and it deepens, you feel this unbound love, this freedom of being. And the forms fade away. There is no self and other. There is only one unitary beingness, bliss, wholeness. That is the experience of your own nature, the experience of the nature of awareness. It is not simply a mental construct. Consciousness or awareness is not a mental construct. It is a totality of feeling. It exists within you and around you. There is no division, no duality. And when the mind is quiet, or the thoughts are simply the background drone, but the real awareness is in beingness, in awareness, this love emerges, this connectedness. And when this first happens, a bond forms. You know you have found your home. You have found the love of your life. You have found the truth of your being. And from then on, you are forever changed. And as you return to this state of being, this experience of self, of divine love, of the infinite Guru, the one who is the love of your life. As this grows deep and deep, and the experience of you and that blissful consciousness that you may call Guru, that beloved of your heart, and you meld together. Some have an Ishtadeva that is in the form of a Guru or a divine form of an iconic god or goddess. Whatever the form fades. And if the form is just light, then you melt into the light. Form fades. There is only the bliss of being. And the self and other, the self and the Guru merge together, become one. There is in the minds of many people a resistance that arises to this, and they have trouble moving from one stage to the next. Why? Because in the mind there is a prohibition, a thought. I cannot be God. That would be pure ego. And it is if it is a delusion of the mind. But when you let go, surrender even these prohibitions and have the humility to let go and embrace the great, to melt your small self into that infinite one, till there is no division. The small self is absorbed like the drop of water absorbed into the ocean. The small self is absorbed into the great. Then what is left? There is only the Guru. There is only God. There is only infinite being, aware, love, divine. And as you melt deeper into this love divine, all forms, even the form of bliss, even the form of mind knowing, fade away. And there is only that which cannot be named, cannot be not be understood with the mind, cannot be held in the mind, beyond mind, cannot be remembered. It is truth. There is no word that can describe this. There is no form to hold it. There is no concept for the mind. There is only the bliss of knowing when awareness, consciousness comes back into being. Time and space are relative constructs of the mind. Eternal being always has been, is, and always will be. There is no time. There is no place. These identifiers dissolve. They are not relevant to being. They are not relevant to love divine. Eternal being is always. Time and space are relative to change in this world of changing forms. But in the changeless, timeless, eternal nature, they do not exist. You are always eternal. You have always been. You will always be the same. The waves rise and fall on the surface of the sea, but in the depths it is quiet. There are no waves. It is always calm. So you are always immersed in this deep, deep calm, in this deep love, in this deep peace that is beyond words. These are only outer descriptions of something that has no words. When you touch it, you never leave. You have never left. Aware consciousness is always there. It is the substantive nature of all forms. Form appears to exist on the screen of being, but it is the screen which actually exists. So the infinite self exists. Eternal being exists. You are always free. You have always been free. You will always be free. You dream the dream of thoughts, feelings, and experiences. When you are ready, you awake from the dream to what has always been and always will be. The path home is simple. Draw your attention away from distraction. See the one in the many, and then let your mind and your heart melt into the one. You are worthy. Resolve, let go of everything you have ever believed yourself to be. It's time to surrender it and let go. Let that one abide. All right?